Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 2 of the Women in Fintech special. I'm your host, Jordan Robertson, and we're going to jump right in with Anka, Jane, and Eugenia. Hi, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
And
Thank you,
happy
Jordan.
International Women's Day.
Yes. So happy to have you guys. I actually just want to jump right in. And Anka, can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do and how you got started in investing and trading?
Okay, so as you guys know, my name is Anka Metcalf, and I am the CEO and founder of TradeOutLoud.com, which is a trading education company that is specialized in educating individuals how to day trade and swing trade the futures and the equities markets. I have been a professional trader for the last 18 years, meaning I've been trading my own accounts. And prior to becoming a professional independent trader, I have been in the investing arena. I have worked for more than 10 years in investment banking. And I also run a swing trading program. I also run a day trading futures program. And I specialize in high velocity moves into the market. And I have developed my own edge in trading. So definitely I came from the institutional background. So I did have, the background and the financial education to dive into trading. But it was a big step for me because I dove from day trading, from in the investing field, from very high time frames, annual charts, daily charts, fundamentals. And when I quit my job, I decided to, you know what, I need an income producing style of trading. So I dabbed into day trading, and I never looked back since then, but it was definitely a really big switch for me. So I needed to adapt and I needed to develop my edge because it's one thing when you're trading big institutional money and it's different when you're trading retail money. Mm-hmm. And it was a huge adjustment for me. And I found my edge just by trading like everybody else, trial and error, and also trying to find the best possible solution and best possible strategy to trade a retail account. The number one reason I decided to get into day trading and to trade my own accounts and to swing trading as well is because I wanted to manage my own money, and I saw the potential. I wanted to work from home. I was commuting very long hours, so it took me about 3 hours to go to work, and literally 3 hours to commute is about an hour and a half to go to work, an hour and a half to get back. And now I trade less than that. So my goal has been hit, and I'm very happy with my decision to become a professional independent trader. It's not easy, but you have to dream big and go for it.
Yeah, I can tell this is your passion. Has it always been, or did you get into this right out of school?
Actually, right out of school. So after it was a funny story. So I graduated journalism and the science of communication. And right after that, I was working within a banking system, and I was working in PR. So I really didn't dive into financial right away. And then later on, I decided that I was looking at the environment. I looked at the overnight transactions that they were doing, the Forex desk that they were having, and it was like I was so attracted to it. And I finally went and got my degree and got an MBA in finance. And that's how I started off. So I switched careers while I was working in banking, and it was very exciting. Then I just switched departments, and there I was. So I was basically in financials right after I graduated. It wasn't necessarily financial, so I started in PR and I transitioned into finance.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Eugenia, so can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do and how you got started in business software and fintech in general?
Yes. So hi, everyone. I'm Eugenia. I actually started off working for a translation company called TransPerfect early on in my career. So I realized that I wanted to be within the marketing industry, and I was trying to figure out how I can get there. And I saw a job opening for business development, working for a publisher. So I thought this was going to be pretty interesting. And then I found out that I'm actually working in the affiliate industry on a finance team and managing financial content for small business finance companies, and also even as far as retirement. So definitely was a shock to the system, learning a lot about financial industries, best ways to save your money, how to take out term loans, and also using that information to educate our users and our consumers and helping them make the best decisions. And once I got into that industry and learning really to be a subject matter expert, I moved on with Partnerize now, which is a SaaS technology that helps to power all these relationships, including finance and a whole bunch of other options as well.
That's awesome. So you kind of take those skills and put them into your own life, right? Like what you've learned along the way.
Yes, 100%. Like I have friends that ask me, like, what's the best way to take out like certain loans, or what are the best options if I wanted to start a business? And since I manage over 300 plus content working with writers that are experts in their space, I have to be an expert in that space myself. So I'm like so happy sometimes just to be giving out that information and letting them know, like, I work with this partner, they're really good.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely nice to be able to do that.
That is so cool. So Jane, hi. Can you introduce yourself to everyone and tell us how you got started in trading and investing?
Yes, thank you, Jordan. Yeah, so I originally came to trading and investing. Goodness, it started all the way back 20 years ago. I graduated from college with an international business degree. I was living in Memphis and originally from Washington, D.C. And I thought, you know what? I was working in banking, much like Anka. And then all of a sudden I said, you know what? Memphis is a little too small for me. I want to move to Atlanta. Well, that was during the dot-com bubble. And I ended up moving to Atlanta, following that passion of life, really, and started working at a brokerage firm, Smith Barney. And I became a registered assistant to 4 different brokers. Then very quickly after that, there was the dot-com bubble implosion. And I saw devastation happen. I saw people that had over-leveraged themselves with margin, taking out money against their options from their WorldCom company. And I thought, you know what? I don't really want to deal with other people's money. So I took a voluntary layoff. It was the first one of my life. And I left the industry. I followed my passion for culinary school, moved to Italy, lived in France, and then came back to the US to Philadelphia. Once I was there, I was working in aviation again. I am Airplane Jane. I do have my pilot's license. And I returned back to the aviation world for health benefits. I was an entrepreneur running my own pastry business at the time and thought, hey, if I can work a part-time job and pay $30 a month to travel the world for free, or I can shell out $300 of my hard-earned money each month, I'm going to take the part-time job and I'm going to enjoy the flight benefits and love life. So I did that. And then I met my husband, who is a pilot and was based in Philadelphia, but lives in Montreal. So I ended up moving to Montreal, a US expat up here, and I kept my job with the airline. I transferred bases and as a result became the low man on the totem pole. Airlines are all about seniority. And if you have seniority, you get the best perks. And when you are low on the seniority roll, you end up being the first out the door. We got married. I was 8 months pregnant, second layoff of my life. So I'm sure a lot of people can commiserate when going through those layoffs. And that's what brought me back to the trading world. And this time as a day trader, no longer a value investor, but as a day trader. And I was expecting a new member to our family. So I thought, this is, make it or break it. I need to figure out a way to generate income. And that's how I came to be a day trader. And all of my experience that I share online all happened organically. I started off with Timothy Sykes. His penny stock methodology did not work for me. However, I was sharing in my experience and slowly but surely expanded that sharing into everything that I do now.
Wow, that story is so cool. It sounds like you've done a little bit of everything, which is awesome. So I wanted to get a little bit into failures and successes. I feel like a lot of people can learn from our failures. So Eugenia, we all fail sometimes. Can you remember a time where you failed in your career and if you learned anything in the process?
Yes, there's numerous times. I think the number one thing about being in finance is having that experience in terms of the knowledge and learning about what every individual tech company does in terms of the finance space and trying to understand ways to work with them. So a lot of the times when you have gaps about the knowledge and what to do, you can provide and suggest wrong information, which of course can be corrected. But however, it's still gaps that, I need to go back and learn that knowledge. And it's not necessarily something that you're going to learn like on the go while you're working.
Yes, right. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. And then Anka and Jane, this is a kind of question for both of you. I'm curious about what is your most successful investment and if there is a time where a trade or investment went south. Jane, you want to start?
Sure. Well, you know what? I mean, I'm sure Anka can agree with this. I'm looking to trade what the market gives me. Honestly, I do not really follow the news that much. It's really following that price action and volume. And I'd say my best trade was probably the one that got me into the day trading world, where I took a $25,000 investment and turned it into $250,000 in 9 months, looking at an opportunity of a company being taken over. And that's where I went in on the investment. And it really grew. However, there's always risk in getting into any sort of investment. And as long as you manage it properly, learning that management in the beginning is crucial to being in the long game of the trading world, right? Having longevity in the trading world comes with risk management first. And I learned the hard way. I was learning with a 6-month-old, and I blew through a $6,000 account because I didn't follow the rules. I didn't do the studying aspect first to learn the rules, learn the risk management. So I am a huge advocate of paper trading to do the learning first. And then once you have that under your belt and you're making profits with fake money, then put your real hard-earned money behind it.
That is such good advice. How about you, Anka?
I think that, like Jane said, it's not that one investment and that one trade that got us here. It's the series of trades, and it's the series of market strategies that we have followed. And the trading plan is just following the trading plan. Because in day trading, you don't have that big winning trade. Of course, you have home runs, and you also have, because trading is about, having the big wins, having the small wins, having the break-even trades, and having those small losses. And I think that as soon as any trader understands that risk management is the key to successful trading, they will progress in trading and they will advance. It's not about that one big trade that, hits the home run and then you say, okay, I made, $500,000 on this trade, so now I can trade recklessly. Mm-hmm. You have to apply yourself, and you have to do the same thing every single day. It's about risking the same amount until you grow your account about 25% or more, and doing that same thing over and over again. And of course, we all had, and Jane can agree here because we're both from trading and can agree here that, you do remember that one big trade that made you a lot of money. Well, in my case, I have a recent example. And I know GME has been all over the radar and all over the map. It was in the media. I was not in on the first ride up, even though I have traded it as a swing trade earlier this year when it was at $14. But I saw a technical opportunity 2 weeks ago. I got into the trade. I made a whole bunch of money into that. And it was my first 6-digit win in just 2 days. So that was, I would say that was my biggest win, but it was a technical pattern. It was not a rumor. It was not, Wall Street bets or anything like that. So it was just a technical pattern off the weekly. So I think, when it comes to trading, you should definitely, because I'm a technical trader and I know Jane is, follow the price action. Just like she said, price action is going to tell you exactly what you need to do. You do not need news. You do not need any kind of rumors. It's all priced into the price action.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. So actually, I want to get into some advice for the women that are watching. Jane, I know you're a busy mom. How do busy moms get into investing? Is there time management tips or best practices that you can recommend?
Yes, well, time management is going to be crucial, Jordan. That is a great point. Scheduling things like my day in the morning is very regimented. I guess it's almost militant in that I have certain time frames for my kids. Then, I drop my daughter off by 7:30. I'm working out from 7:45 until 8:15. 8:15, I'm at my desk. I'm doing my prep work, prepared by 9 o'clock. Half an hour to just sort of sit back, digest, and see what the market is giving me. But that's more when you're experienced. You understand the routines that should be in place for anybody, an entrepreneur, anything. When you have that routine and you're set up for your goals for the day, then you're likely going to be prepared for what the day gives you. In getting into trading, education, educating yourself. Anka said it, I've said it. We are both technical traders. And when you learn the technical aspects of the market, you can really apply that to any market, the crypto market. I also got into GameStop 2 weeks ago based on the weekly technicals. So we both saw it without any sort of Reddit news because we saw the setup preparing for a breakout. And so really educating yourself and learning the basics first, learning the terminology so you know what you're getting into, and then learning, slowly layering everything on. And I'd say on average, for people that study intensely, it can take a good 9 months before you can get into it and really understand what you're doing. For moms that do have kids, it's crucial to get that education down before you just start putting your money in the market. And moms in general tend to be great at balancing checkbooks. You're already doing that risk management. So it's applying those tools to the stock market.
I love how you made that comparison. Thank you so much. So, Eugenia, if a recent college graduate came to you asking for advice on how to get into your career field, what would you tell them?
I would say do a lot of research in terms of trying to understand what the industry is like. I would also say that it's okay to be uncomfortable when you're trying something new. When you're uncomfortable, it means you're growing. So it definitely is a lot of shock to the system, especially when you're around so many people that are experts in the industry. They understand exactly what's going on and you're just in the learning phase. So it's great to ask as many questions as possible, to attend as many networking events as you can, and to get to know the person that's next to you and understand how they got started. A lot of people that I talk to, they always tell me that they never ended where they started off at. And these beautiful ladies with us today are telling us the exact same story. So definitely something to keep in mind for recent college grads that are coming in, and for myself as well.
Yes, and networking is huge. What have you participated in networking recently, or what was your favorite one?
Yeah, so I just recently actually attended the Martech Record networking event that they did. I think last week. It was a little happy hour. They did breakout rooms, and I was around so many industry people from the likes of the networks, from the merchant side, also from other publishers, and just learning what their pain points are and exactly what they think the industry is moving into, and how we as an industry and as people can help bring affiliate into light and bring finance and all these different types of industries that have been overlooked before into a bigger spotlight. So it was definitely really fun.
Okay, yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah.
Anka, so what do you want women to know about trading? Is there a single best piece of advice that you wish you always knew?
Well, first of all, for anyone that wants to dab into trading, trading has unlimited opportunities. Whether you want to day trade or swing trade, whether you are on a schedule, whether you have a full-time job or a part-time job, trading can work for you, and there are instruments that you can trade around the clock. I would say that the first thing that you need to remember is that you need to love what you're doing, because if you do not love what you're doing, if you're getting into trading for the wrong reasons and say, hey, I'm getting into trading because I can earn a paycheck, it's not going to work for you. You have to be extremely dedicated to trading. You have to love what you're doing. And when you're starting to see that instant gratification come in, you're going to love it even more. But as a first advice, I would say that you need to find a style that fits your lifestyle. So first of all, you need to determine what is your schedule and work around that schedule. If you have a full-time job, you can, take on swing trading. If you work part-time, you can take on day trading and swing trading. So there's always an opportunity. There is a time frame that you can use and you can trade to your advantage. I think that one of the best things is that you need to love what you're doing. You need to dream big. You also, like Jane said earlier, you need to get educated before you even open an account. So don't even think about opening an account. Get your education. There is a lot of material that is online. You guys are doing a great job, and you are educating a lot of individuals that want to start trading, whether stocks or futures, small caps. I saw you guys have an event on small caps. So you are trying to get people educated, because education comes first, and never give up on trading, because success is closer than you think. It may not make sense what you're trading right now. You may trade an environment that is extremely difficult, because this is a market that is incredibly hard to trade, because this is not your 2020 market. It's not definitely your 2000 market or 2008 market. This is a totally different animal. The volatility is there, so you need to know how to handle it. Like I said, study the markets, see if you find an instrument that you're mostly comfortable with, whether it's stocks or futures or cryptocurrencies or whatever it is, and find your field, whether it's day trading, swing trading, or investing, or you could do a little bit of all.
That's awesome and great advice. This is a question for all of you. What do you think is the best platform or forum or maybe medium for women to learn a skill or trade? Eugenia, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So actually recently I've been following along the Skim a lot, and they just released Skim U, which is basically classes that are teaching women and individuals how to really be responsible with money. I think recently they have a class that's called like the psychology of money, which I thought was really interesting and something that everyone should really take advantage of in terms of learning how to deal with money, how you can work to trade just like how you ladies are doing, or how you can really learn to build that into your goals and reach like higher ends.
Okay, awesome. What about you, Jane? What do you think?
Well, I think a great resource for people to get into day trading, especially women, is the book that I wrote. It's all about female day traders from 5 months of experience to over 25 years, and really learning from others. When I was starting off into the day trading world, it was taking experiences from other people, right? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's learn from others. So no matter what field you're getting into, if you want to be an entrepreneur getting into any sort of business, go ahead and learn from other successful entrepreneurs. If you want to be the best author, what did those other amazing authors do that got them to where they are? Learn from others' experiences instead of having to forge that path by yourself. The stock market has a lot of great teachers out there. And if you don't educate yourself, the stock market will be happy to take your money. So it's very, very important that you do get that education basis. Network. Anka does an amazing women's event every year. And hopefully we're going to be in Vegas in person next year, given that everything is done with this virus, and we'll be able to really network in person. Connecting with other people and lifting each other up is very important. There's always going to be someone out there that's willing to mentor you, and take what they are giving you. Be a sponge, soak up all of that information, no matter what the field is.
Yes, and Jane's book is in the comments and the YouTube description, so please check it out. Anka, do you have a platform for women to get started or some other forum?
We do host a lot of webinars, and I think the most important thing is to find a mentor that resonates with you and with what you want to accomplish from trading. We do organize yearly events. We just wrapped up last week our 3rd annual International Women in Trading and Investing. And in fact, Women Teach Trading and Investing. Highly successful event. And like Jane was mentioning, we plan on doing something together in next year, live in person. in Vegas. Maybe we're going to do one in New York. And I think this is going to bring a lot of women together, and not only women. It's going to be inspiring. It's going to be empowering to see how other successful investors, how other successful traders made it in this industry, and they're willing to teach other traders to do the same. I love teaching new traders, and I love, mentoring traders. And we do have actually so many women in our program because I'm a woman and I love to attract women into day trading, into investing, into swing trading. And for that reason, my program is welcomed for everyone, but a lot dedicated to women and women's events. So we have been doing a lot of these events lately, and a lot of webinars, educational webinars. So I think the most important thing, like Jane said, is to get educated. If you have the right education, if you have the right tools, trading is fun and easy, and that instant gratification will come to you.
Amazing. Please share those event details when you have them. We'll be happy to put them on our Women in Fintech resource page. I'm always trying to add to it, especially, these videos and other resources for women. So thank you so much. And speaking of learning platforms, I want to take a break to talk about Benzinga Pro for those of you who haven't heard of it before. It's our very own stock research platform with Squawk real-time alerts and the fastest newsfeed in the game. We actually have a promo code for you guys, YouTube47, for 40% off of your monthly Benzinga Pro subscription. All right, I hope that got you guys excited because someone's going to win a free year of Benzinga Pro today. We're actually going to play some trivia, so feel free to play along with us in the comments. Actually, Spencer, you want to get trivia up on the screen? All right, so a little backstory. Yesterday, we posted a trivia poll, and all of our followers got to wager who they think will win trivia out of Jane, Anka, and Eugenia. And if you pick the winner, then you'll be entered into a drawing to win a free year of Benzinga Pro. So that's a $1,200 value, and it will be really, really great, especially if you're starting out on your journey. We're always giving demos for Benzinga Pro, so feel free to sign up for a trial, 2-week trial. It really can't hurt to at least try our platform. All right, so here's how it can go in the comments. We're going to have a question on the screen, and then you can put 1, 2, 3, or 4 for your answer.
Can we call it a lifeline to the followers watching?
Yeah, why not? Okay, so first question is, which first lady held women-only press conferences? Was it 1, Jackie Kennedy, 2, Hillary Clinton, 3, Eleanor Roosevelt, or 4, Laura Bush? So Jane, Anka, Eugenia, if you want to write 1, 2, 3, or 4 on your paper or whiteboard and show us, and then we'll keep track of who got it right.
I'm going sign language.
Okay, 3. All right. So this is a power move to me. Actually, Jackie Kennedy was hired as an intern at Vogue, but only worked there for 1 day because her editor told her to quit. She thought that Jackie was harming her odds of marriage by working there. So, do you guys have a favorite first lady? Jane, Anka?
You know what? I grew up in Washington, D.C., so I really try to stay away from politics.
Yeah, fair enough. How about you, Eugenia?
I agree.
Yeah, I'm going for Michelle Obama all the way.
Okay, yep. All right, so Eleanor Roosevelt. I see a lot of 3s in the comments, so good job, guys.
Yeah.
All right, Indra Nooyi is the former CEO of which company? Is it 1, Netflix, 2, Pepsi, 3, Nike, or 4, Coca-Cola? Go ahead and put your answers in the chat, and then Anka, Jane, Eugenia, go ahead and show us your answers. But speaking of Netflix, has anyone watched any good shows lately?
I've been watching all of the London Has Fallen, Olympus Has Fallen, all of those.
Okay, I've got a shout out Ginny and Georgia. I just loved that show. I know there's only one season out, but I thought it was really well done.
I'm just excited that Good Girls is back.
Which show?
Good Girl.
Oh, okay. All right. I see some 2s in the comments. Mostly 2s, 3s. All right. And it is 2 Pepsi. Good job, guys. I tried to make these a bit harder, so. All right. Next question. Which ancient civilization gave women equal rights to the throne? Was it 1, ancient Greeks, 2, the Mayans, 3, ancient Egyptians, or 4, the Mesopotamians? And I have a hint for you guys. Both men and women in this ancient civilization were known to wear copious amounts of makeup, which they believed gave them protection of the gods, Horus and Ra. They believed that the makeup had magical healing powers. Okay, 1, 3, and 4. Ooh, we got a mix here.
I'm awful at history.
Actually,
chart. I got that.
right. So actually, the ancient Egypt cats were worshipped, and killing a cat, even accidentally, was punishable by death, which is wild. Okay, so I see some 3s and 4s in the chat. So you guys are thinking ancient Egyptians, and that's correct. Nice job. So do we have a score update, Spencer? Maybe put it in the chat. Okay, here is question number 4. Which female entrepreneur founded ARK Invest? Is it 1, Lisa Su, 2, Ursula Burns, 3, Kathy with a K, Wood, or 4, Kathy with a C, Wood? Okay, Jane's got 4, Anka's got 4, Eugenia's got 4. Okay, so actually our chief zinger, CEO Jason, recently interviewed Kathy on our YouTube show. You can actually catch the replay at YouTube/Benzinga. And I see lots of 4s in the chat, so I'm definitely not stumping you guys. But I wanted to get your opinions on Tesla really quick. Jane?
Well, you know what? I think that we are having a bit of a dead cat bounce right now in the market in general, and also with Tesla. I think that we are going to see that it's hit a bit of a resistance and will likely end up down. Maybe not red on the day, but it will continue to the downside. We could get into the whole market analysis, but anyways, I think it's going to be heading a little bit more to the discounted side.
Love that. Thank you. And looks like everyone else got 4 too. So good job, guys. All right, number 5, entrepreneur Sarah Blakely was rejected multiple times by investors. It wasn't until Oprah Winfrey publicly acknowledged her business idea that her company got off the ground. What is the company? Is it 1, Glossier, 2, Pop Socket, 3, Spanx, and 4, Boxy Charm? Okay, Anka's got 3, Jane's got 3, Eugenia's got 3. What about you guys in the comments? You guys agree? Does anyone know Oprah's estimated net worth, by the way? You want to take a guess?
Billion.
2.4 billion. I don't know.
Oh, that's really, really close. It's 2.7 billion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're really, really close. Yeah. So I actually didn't know that her birth name was Orpa. Did you guys know that? But people kept calling her Oprah, so it just stuck. I thought that was really fascinating. Okay, yes, it is Spanx. You guys got it right. Most of the people in the chat got it right, so good job. More than mine, yes. More than mine.
That's good.
Okay, number 6. Jennifer Hyman is worth an estimated $300 million thanks to her niche market idea in the fashion industry. What company did she start? Is it 1, Stitch Fix, 2, Rent the Runway, 3, Birchbox, and 4, Ipsy? What do you guys think? Jane's got 1. Anka, is that a 1? And a 2.
I have to guess here.
Do you guys have you tried any of those subscriptions?
I have
It's a bit fun.
Yeah, I've tried Birchbox and Ipsy. Those are both like makeup subscriptions. I thought they were cool. I haven't tried Rent the Runway or Stitch Fix though. Those are more like they send you outfits and you try them on, and Rent the Runway is more like ball gowns, and you get to just wear it for a day, then ship it back. But all right, I see some 4s, some 2s, and it is Rent the Runway. That was started by Jennifer Hyman. And it's now worth $300 million. So that is quite the accomplishment. All right, number 7. Meg Whitman is the former CEO of which company? Is it 1, Disney, 2, Spotify, 3, Hewlett Packard, or 4, Goldman Sachs? And I have a hint for you guys. What do you think? 3, Jane? Jane's 3.
I'm waiting for the hint.
Okay, I do have a hint. She was the CEO of this company between 2011 and 2015, and she was also the CEO of eBay between 1998 and 2008. Okay, so Jane's got Hewlett Packard, Eugenia's got Hewlett Packard. What did you say, Anka?
3.
Okay, Hewlett Packard. All right, I think everyone in the comments is either at Spotify or Hewlett Packard too. So this might be a little tiebreaker in the comments. And it is Hewlett Packard. Good job, guys. Okay, this is the last question, question number 8. So this is actually about a pop star. Pop star Rihanna founded her own line of cosmetics. What did she name it? Is it 1, NYX, 2, Fenty Beauty, 3, ColourPop, or 4, Huda Beauty?
I'm gonna follow Eugenia on this. I have no idea.
2, 2, and 2. All right, you guys guessed
Thank
Fenty.
you, Eugenia, if it's right.
No problem. Fenty all the way. I love her products.
Right, score.
Do you guys also like her music? Do you have a favorite song?
Oh yes. Oh wow, she has so much, but I like her like older 2000 music.
Yes. I was actually, when I was looking up information about Rihanna, and I learned that she can't wink, which I guess isn't that odd. Like, I don't know how to wink either. So
Really?
yeah, no, it just very awkward and unnatural. So I won't show you guys.
All
right.
6-year-old's favorite thing to do.
Wink. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so Fenty Beauty is right. I think we'll announce the winner in the comments. You can win some swag for playing along, so thank you. And then later on in the show, we will actually announce the winner of a free year of Benzinga Pro. So thank you guys so much for playing. And look out for our next Twitter poll, because we also have another show on Tuesday that you can participate in to win a free year of Benzinga Pro as well. So we got a winner up here. Spencer's going to post in the chats, and then feel free to email us for your swag. So thank you guys again. I hope you learned something new, or that it was at least fun. And we'll contact you on Twitter if you won. So I actually want to jump into some Q&A. So please participate if you're in the chat. I actually asked on Twitter too, and I got a question for Anka, and we kind of went over this, but it was about what was your first trade and what was it a success?
Yes, I remember when I dived into day trading, my first trade was in Intel and my second trade was in eBay, and I developed a love for these two stocks. But that happened, like I said, 18 years ago when I first started trading. I was not into fast trades at the time, so it wasn't Apple and it wasn't RIM at the time. BlackBerry. At that time, BlackBerry was trading at $60 or something like that. So it was just insane. Right now it's BB, the ticker symbol is just like GME, one of those Wall Street bets kind of trades. The Reddit guys are trading it. But I remember it was Intel and it was eBay. My first two day trades on my own.
So did you consider them a success at the time?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I was trading small time frames, so I would go in on exact setups of exact parameters, entry, stop, target, and this has been my whole game plan right from the beginning. Having the clarity of the trade. So before you get into the trade, you have to know where you want to get the trade and why you want to get into the trade. Set parameters for the trade, your entry, your stop, because if you do not have the parameters, you do not know how to position size for the trade, how to share size, how much size you're going to get the trade with. And then again, you have to have your targets set up and plan how to trail into targets. Keep trading very simple, guys. Trading is not complicated if you have a good set of rules. It's not complicated. All you have to do is just stick to the rules. There are not many.
Awesome. And I actually see some people in the chat asking, like, Anka, how I need your help. How can you help me? And so can you kind of like plug Trade Out Loud?
Of course. I run a company, tradeoutloud.com. This was born actually unofficially in 2008 as the financial crisis came in. And I was a day trader at the time. I was a swing trader. And I rode the market down, and then we saw the possibility of rotation into 2009, where I bought with both hands. Everything was on discount and on the clearance rack, what everybody likes, not to pay the MSRP price for any kind of stock. Or ETF. And if you guys want to get a hold of us, our website is tradeoutloud.com. We do offer day trading education for futures, for stocks, also for swing trading, whether you're trading futures or Forex or stocks or anything. Our system applies on any asset that you're trading, cryptocurrencies, etc. So if you guys want to get a hold of us, it's tradeoutloud.com. And also we do host a lot of free webinars every week. You can also go to our Twitter page. We announce all the events there. It's Trade Out Loud. Our handle is Trade Out Loud pretty much everywhere. On YouTube, we do have a lot of educational videos on YouTube. We do educate traders from A to Z. So from beginning to I would say from student to professional trader. So, and if you have been trading for a lot of time unsuccessfully, definitely reach out. I'm more than happy to work with you to achieve your trading goals. Trading is just an amazing career. It's not a job. So I don't consider trading as a job. Trading is a lifestyle. Whether you're going shopping, you still have your phone with you. You're looking up a stock, you set alerts, you take action. So in this modern age, you could trade off your phone while you're grocery shopping, not day trading, but investing or swing trading, yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I have one last question for you guys. So what are the best resources for women to get started in their financial journey, whether it be trading or managing your own retirement funds? How about you, Jane?
Well, again, it's going to go back to that education. Much like Anka, I also have a video of basic terminology. If you're just getting into this, it's important to understand what people are talking about. Like how many people know what an IPO is? It's more in the news now, but not everybody knows about it. What are options? Why is a share of stock so important? How did it come about? So really educating yourself with that basis first is going to be crucial. And then adding on layers. As Anka said, in your journey, you need to mesh with a mentor that fits you, that you connect with, somebody that you enjoy listening to their voice. If it's going to be a live webinar, with their personality, it has to be someone that you're willing to devote time to being present with them and learning from them. And also being aware that you need to self-reflect on yourself. If there's a bad trade in your trading journey, many times it's not necessarily just the trade, but it's a habit of you. If you're holding on to a losing trade, do you stay in bad relationships too long? These sorts of things psychologically can play out in your trading performance, and you need to be aware of it as well. So also educating yourself on trading psychology is going to be crucial. There are those basic rules. As Anka was saying, there's not many basic rules. And once you learn them, you can apply them across the board. It's a lot of self-management as well, and self-management of your emotions and trying to trade emotionless with following those rules.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I did get a question in the chat. Do you have any advice on Doge?
Dogecoin?
Yeah, Dogecoin.
Let's check it out.
Okay.
I know that Elon Musk bought long-term for his child. Other than that, I have a small holding of 1,000 coins of it. But right now, I don't really have too much of an opinion on it. My personal one is the one that I have up above, Ripple. That's one more that I am looking at with the history and a couple of great articles written by Medium of how it could potentially become that digital currency bridge for all of the central banks, and how France has somewhat looked at adopting it already for the Central Bank of Europe.
Awesome. Anka, do you trade any crypto?
I do. I like to use, for example, stocks or funds like GBTC, which replicates the moves of Bitcoin. I also look into cryptocurrencies, but more for longer term, not for short term, not day trading, but mostly active swing, a longer time swing, and also investing. And like Jane said, Ripple is something that you guys should look into. It's affordable right now, so you may want to get your feet wet. If this is going to be your first crypto that you're buying, this should probably be it. But I love GBTC. I love to trade also with like I said earlier, with exact parameters. So this gives me a lot more technicality into my trades. I can position size a little bit better. Plus it's so easy. You cannot miss a move because you're trading it in any platform on any brokerage, the GBTC.
Awesome.
And I actually own a position from last year from January in GBTC. So very happy with that.
Awesome. Okay. Last but not least, anything you guys want to add? Where can people follow you? How about you, Jane?
Well, I'm pretty much everywhere. If you Google Jane Galina, you'll see pages of information about me. But I'm also known as It's Airplane Jane. So I am on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and I think that's about it. But you can also see my website at cjanetrade.com. Pretty easy to remember, SEE, janetrade.com. And if you ever have any questions, I am accessible. Feel free to reach out to me on any of the social media platforms. I will get back to you. But as a mom of two, it likely will happen in the evening because I did get into trading family first. So I will take care of responding back to you, and also just email me at jane@cjanetrade.com.
Thank you, Jane. How about you, Eugenia? Anything you want to add, or where can people follow you?
I think you're muted, Eugenia.
Oh.
Thanks for letting me know. I just went on mute so it doesn't have any background noise, but you guys can find me right here on LinkedIn. I don't know if it's this way or that way, but just search for me on LinkedIn. I'm actually a painter on Instagram, so like genie.art is where you guys can find me on Instagram if you want to see like the artworks and the little things that I like to do. But for the most part, I like LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. How about you, Anka?
You guys can get a hold of us on tradeoutloud.com. I also I'm pretty much on social media on Facebook and Twitter. Our handle is tradeoutloud. And like I said, if you guys have a question, you can email us or reach us on social media. I'll personally answer any kind of technical question that you have about stocks, futures, cryptos, commodities, anything. Nothing is off topic. And I think this is one of the most important things about, being a versed trader is to be able to answer all the questions that any new trader may have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And that's all I have. If you guys have been with me this whole time, I really appreciate you. Thank you, Anka, Jane, Eugenia. It was a pleasure to have you. I hope to go see you guys again next Tuesday when we bring on Dale of Stash, Jessica of Pocket Nest, and Flory of BlockFi. We'll be giving another year of Benzinga Pro away. And Spax Attack is up next with Mitch and Chris. So see you guys later.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Great to meet you, Eugenia.
Nice to meet you.